Hey everybody, it's Keith McGinnis here with KCDC Designs. Wow, this was a really simple and fast, but very cool marble to create. And I'm going to use the rolling stone technique, which is basically using a 6-inch mini roller. I want to first put down what we call a grease coat, and that's just getting everything wet, getting my edges nice and wet as well. That way everything's going to kind of flow over the edge. And I'm getting the colors poured out in kind of all different directions. And then I'm going to try something different. I'm going to use some spray paints. So that's hammered black, and the other one is metallic champagne bronze. And I'm putting those, not a whole lot, because that roller's going to pick up those colors and kind of move them around. But I wanted to try this instead of using epoxy on there, just to kind of see what would happen. So let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
So you want to be sure and get some epoxy on your roller so you're not picking any up off of the surface. And then as you can see, I'm not rolling the roller. I'm just using it to kind of move some material around, where I'm kind of pushing it and turning it a little bit as I'm forcing some of the epoxy in some different areas. And I'm only using 4 ounces per square foot. And I'm not using a tape dam because I'm not using an excess amount of product. But I was really surprised, pleasantly surprised, how it was creating that marbling effect. And man, this did not take long at all.
And I've left some negative space in there on purpose. Wow. Those hammered spray paints ended up looking really cool. I don't like that little area right there. So I'm going to just push that a little bit. Just like that. All right, once again, get some of that to flow down over the edges. Wow, that looks really cool. All right, let's torch that out. That's going to get the bubbles out, make it a little bit more fluid, and then that thing is going to move around. That is really cool. Now on this project, I'm using Stone Coat Art Coat because of the UV resistance. I'm going with the light colors. Wow. That is really cool. Oh boy, I could tilt that, but that was one of the quickest designs I think I have ever done. And I honestly could leave it exactly like it is. What about spritz it? Should I spritz it? I've got some really cool natural selling already in there. Oh boy, yep, better spritz it. I'm doing a really light spritz. I don't want big drops on there. 9 minutes, and that is really cool. Edges look really cool. Just that little bit of spray paint that I put in there was enough. Wasn't too much. Got some really cool areas of bling in some of the negative space where I didn't move it. You can see the pearl gold that's in there. You can also see the white metallic. And the pearl, which is what gives it a little bit of that kind of off-white. That is really pretty. I'm not going to do anything else with it. I think I'm done. I think that is the fastest. Remember when I poured out the colors? I kind of poured them out in all different directions. I didn't pour all the colors out in one direction. I really didn't put them out in kind of circles or blobs per se. I really wanted to go different directions because as I slide the roller through there, it's picking those colors up. And it's taking away from being directional. This is really a very marbled look. No definite direction with anything. I've got a few of the veins that are kind of going linear, but then they're not. So I like it. I like it a lot.
All right, so let's do a flyover and get a little bit closer look. Now this has been sitting for, it's probably been about half an hour, so things have really started to soften up and really meld really well. But with those spray paints, you can see how it's got some natural cells in there. And I don't think I'd be able to create those if I was using epoxy for the colors. But it really turned out pretty. I wish you could see it in person. That shooting star, which is the bling, there's going to be some areas where you're going to see that. And it really makes it stand out. But even the undertone colors that I used of the white metallic and the pearl gold, the different colors in there. It's really turned out pretty, and man, what an easy and quick piece to make, and it is gorgeous. And And then here's another one I did. This is using the same, that Rolling Stone technique. This one I did use epoxy for the colors, and it too turned out beautiful. So thank you for watching. Be sure and subscribe, and I'm going to be showing you how I created this one too on a little larger surface, but it's absolutely beautiful design. Thanks again, everybody. Keith McGinnis with KCDC Designs, and we'll see you on the next video.